Hello everyone, welcome to my channel today. I'm Tara with Pieces of Tara Artistry. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be working on a texture piece today, and I'm going to be using some materials that I've not used in the past. This is calcium carbonate. It's a powdered that is plaster of Paris. I'm going to be using instant coffee and some sand that I got on Amazon. I like it because it's uniform, and then some graphite powder. So I'm excited to use these. I learned a lot. This is the water. I have a water bottle and my spray bottle I'll be using. Phthalo turquoise from TriArt. And then this is the paste that I made. It's the texture paste, and it has 1 part calcium carbonate to 3 parts of the plaster of Paris. I added in water to that thicker consistency, and then I added in that phthalo turquoise as well as a little bit of that graphite powder because it kind of darkened it up. When you add that paint to the plaster of Paris, it will lighten the color. So I did add that graphite powder just to give it a little bit darker appearance, or more of that natural phthalo turquoise that I really wanted. And then I did add some sand into that mixture as well. Now, plaster of Paris, it starts to thicken and harden pretty quickly. So you need to work pretty quickly with this type of material. And you can see, like, I ended up going a little bit thicker in these areas because my mixture was starting to get thicker, and that was a bit of a problem. This is part 1 of this painting. You guys will see part 2 next week, but this was a learning experience for me. I struggled. Actually, I loved the process of this, and I had such a good time creating this piece. I was not super happy when I saw the dried results and the issues that I had. You will see a little bit of a preview of that at the end of this video, but I have a lot of tips for you in my next video to avoid the problems that I had here. But I think that it's important to see this whole process in order to know how to change what I do, or what maybe have you not make the same mistakes in the future that I made. So the calcium carbonate and the plaster of Paris are very porous materials. So when you add a lot of water to them on top of them, it will weaken them. So that was my first mistake in this. I didn't really pay a lot of attention to how much water I was adding over top of this plaster of Paris calcium carbonate mixed, and that ended up really having some issues at the end. So I like the process of this. I think it's still some really good information. It's good to watch. I did add water around the edges of this to kind of bleed into the canvas area. I wanted that phthalo turquoise to bleed out a bit. And you'll see I do go in and I kind of cover up with the high flow white and the high flow Titan buff. But you will see the bleed still, which is what the effect that I really, really like, and the effect that I was going for here. So you'll see I'm going to speed this up and kind of slow it down in different areas. I'm going to let you watch this part, and I will pop back in a minute. So I am now just kind of using my paper towel to blot in certain areas, kind of take away areas that I don't really want to keep, to blend a little bit in other areas, and just kind of mop up a little bit of that before I start adding in the high flow. So that high flow, it you can tell I added some water right before I put it in, and now it's bleeding into, I love that effect when it bleeds into the textured area, because then you just take a paper towel and kind of blot over, and then it gets in those little cracks, and it just creates such a really cool effect. This is a technique that I will be teaching at the upcoming Fluid Art Experience that is in Dallas, Texas in April of next year. Go to fluidartexperience.com to check it out. Myself and several other teachers will be teaching all sorts of classes. I have a lot of texture classes this time, an ink class, ink and acrylic ink, I guess I should say, class, showing this specific technique, how to blend, how to use acrylic inks, and I'm really excited because these are things that I just really love to do, and kind of a path that my art has taken as of late, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. So I'm really excited to share all that I've learned with you guys, and all the different textures that can be used and the techniques that can be used, and using new materials like high flow and fluid and acrylic inks. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to just keep popping in and out here and sharing little tidbits of information as I go. So I'll let you keep watching. So many of you may have wondered the same as I wondered. Why use a high flow versus even just a fluid acrylic, or maybe acrylic that's been very watered down, or using mediums to thin it down? And what I have found is that the high flow, the concentration of the pigments into smaller, like almost smaller molecules, makes a big difference when you're using it in this type of application. So that's one of my secret weapons, is using this Titan Buff and the white high flow, specifically because they sink so easily, because they're heavier pigments. They create more pockets, so it's a big game changer when you're using it in this type of a method. So now I'm using coffee. This is the instant coffee, and I'm just adding it down and then adding water to it. It kind of does its thing. I'm kind of breaking up some of those bigger chunks, but it's kind of like a neat organic way to add in a little bit of color. The thing is with this is that the color will move a lot, because it's not like it doesn't have the binders in it to stay put. So if you re-wet it, the coffee in there will move. So if you don't want it to move, if you're doing another layer or whatever, you will need to add on like a fixative, a workable fixative, spray that over top of it, and then that'll keep it put, like it'll stay put. Otherwise, if you just leave it like this, let it dry, then you reactivate it with water, it will, those coffee grounds will kind of move a little bit around. So just as an FYI, but it is kind of a neat way to use organic materials in your art, things that you might have around. And it does create beautiful effects, as you can see here. Now I'm adding in a little bit of that graphite powder, and then doing the same thing, just spraying, adding it in and then just spraying over top of it. It does create some neat effects. I'll go back in and I'll blot with my my paper towel. I'm using that high flow. It's the Titan Buff and the titanium white. And then I'm using the water to kind of blend that, to move it. And when you use the water, it blends them together nicely and creates just this beautiful effect that where there's not lines in it. It blends it nicely. So that's what I'm going to be doing here, and I will do that to that upper section as well. And in case you guys didn't know, I do have exclusive content on my Patreon page, so go check that out. We have a group chat. I answer a lot of questions, and I do have exclusive content on that Patreon page where you can learn different techniques and learn more about texture and paints and products. So yeah, go check that out. The link is in the description below. Okay, so this is the wet result of this piece. At this point, I was so happy with how it looked, how things were going. I knew that there would be some touching up in certain areas, but I wanted to let this dry, and then I was gonna check out, what we need to tweak. And when I went back in the next day, I found that it was very easily cracking. So this is where I got very frustrated. I started pressing and cracking, and I didn't have my video going, but I thought, well, I need to show you guys what is happening if I want to continue to work on this piece. So I got out my camera and I videoed. So next week I will show you part 2 where I fix this. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have a video out again. It's been a while. Thank you for being here and have a great weekend.